Okay, good morning. So we're going to just do a little standing warm-up. Just 5 poses to make us comfortable for seated. So just coming to your mat, okay? You can just do a gentle forward fold. You just stretch, shaking your head, and stretching your legs the best you can, just lifting up your sitting bones. Just move your shoulders side to side. Shake your head, yes and no. And taking a deep breath in and out. Just take your right leg and just step it forward. And we're going to go to a knee down lunge. So we're stretching the big muscles of the body. We stretched our back. Now we're stretching this thigh. Good. So you can have your knee over your right ankle. And you can bring your hand here and just give yourself a gentle twist. Just a little twist around. Sorry for the back of my head. Good. And then just give a little stretch. This is where blocks come in handy if you want to be a little elevated. Good. So we'll bring this foot down, and then we're going to come to this foot forward. Right, and stretch the groin a little, top of the thigh. Good. And same thing, you can bring the hand here, just give yourself a little stretch. Just waking up the body. And then bring your hand, your feet, your knees here. You can walk your hands a little forward. I'm just going to come into a downward facing dog. Give your body a big stretch and just walk your dog. One knee down at a time. Feel your finger pads clawing the mat. Lift under your armpits, but bring your arm bones back. So feel a little hollowness. Feel your shoulder blades. Good. And then just bring the knees down. You can walk your hands a little forward. Just come into a little cobra. This feels okay for your back, arm bones back. Tailbone curls under. Good. And then just come back to a little puppy stretch. Good. And then come into a seated position. So if you fold your legs and your knees are above your hip crest groin here, just take a little blanket and sit on the edge. So it's not like at a picnic, you're on the edge, right? Okay. And you could stretch your right leg out. Your left, this is your left leg. And take your right leg, okay? And just hold the knee and the heel. You can flex your long leg. Bring your arm bones back. Feel the openness in the chest. Feel the grounding in your sitting bones. And just lengthen the neck. And you're going to bring your palate, the upper palate back. So you're in line, your upper palate, your heart, and your pelvis. Good. And just rock your baby. So just warming up. Good. So there's a little swivel on the sitting bone. See if you can feel that. It's like a little ball bearing. Good. Now we can add to rock the baby. When the knee goes to the right, you can look left. Yeah. So give yourself a little swivel around. Good. Beautiful. Yes. Now bring your hand under. Okay, so make sure you're sitting right on your sitting bones. Okay, flex. And we're going to point and flex. Good. And then circle around. Call this the oiling and the greasing of the joints. Good. And the other way. Good. Beautiful. I'm bringing that knee in. See if you can lift it up, bring your chest to it. If you can hold on, and this is where ties come in for some people, elbows bent, and just press the heel away. This is a half boat. Now bending the elbows, I have a bend in my knee. Scoop, feel your lower abs working. Feel the spine long from the tailbone to the crown. Just bend the knee in and then stretch it away. Stretch. Notice how, if you're kind, you bring it back and relax it. It gets a nice juicy stretch. Good. Take a deep breath in and out. And you could bring the leg over to the side. So I'm trying to be soft in my elbow and my knee, and I'm gonna come up on those sitting bones, bring my hand here, and just stretch out. Thumbs up, press through the left heel, reach through your crown, feel those sitting bones grounded, and stretch out in all directions. This is the ta-da pose. Take a deep breath in and go, ta-da! Good. And then take the foot back, and then this is a little harder. You're gonna feel the stretch. Press through, so just bend it and stretch it out. This is a little ta-da. Ta-da! Good. And then bring that leg back, put it down. So those sit bones always slip. Make sure you always adjust and make sure that fleshy part's back. So we're going to turn the thigh bone in and massage the calf muscle out. Good. And just feel your leg and see if it might be lower than it was before. So we're going to take the second side. And as much as you can keep your calf parallel to the floor, please do. Make sure your arm bones are back and your heart is shining. Little globe of light. Good. And now we'll swivel and swivel. Good. Bring the arm, leg underneath. Sit up tall. And point and flex. And point and flex. Good. And circle. You could do it two-handed if you like. And the other way. Beautiful. Now bring the thigh and the chest together. Sit right up on those sitting bones. Press into the outer edge of this right foot. And bring your hands here. You can hold, elbows are bent, thigh is in. Press through the heel. Keep lifting up. Breathe. Give your body a beautiful, delicious stretch. You're opening up the channels of energy so your energy can flow. Take a deep breath in and out. You could bring the knee in, stretch it. Good. Now I'm holding on to my pinky edge. Some people like to hold on to their big toe. Your choice. Some people even hold on here. See what work gives you the best. So now I'm going to stretch out to the side. I'm up on my sitting bones, softness in my elbow, pressing through my heel. I bring my hands here to my heart and then open up and stretch those thumbs. Try to even out your arms and see how much you can expand. Breathing in and then stretch out on your exhalation. Reach through the crown as you're pressing into your sit bones. Feel yourself extending and expanding in all directions. Good. Ta-da. And then bring the leg in and switch to the other side. Bend it and stretch it. Stand here. thumbs. Ta-da. Good. And then you can shake it out. Let's bring that leg behind the right one. Now this is where blocks come in for some people, or blocks. If you can always rest your legs on top of the chair, okay? So I'm gonna turn my thigh muscle in and my calf muscle out. Good. So feel your legs. Feel yourself grounded in your seat. Asana means seat. Press into your sitting bones, pinky edges. Arm bones are back. Tailbone is curling a little under. So you have a nice low back curve. Actually, I'm sorry, your pelvis, your pubic bone is tipping just a little bit. Okay. So feel the palate, the heart, and the pelvis. So we're going to do the Durga Pranayama, which some of you have done. It's a 3-part breath. And I want you to imagine that a pitcher is pouring into your vessel. So it fills the bottom, middle, and top part of your lungs. And then as you exhale, it's like you're pouring the vessel, you're pouring it out of the vessel. So it empties from the top, the middle, to the bottom. So we're going to take 5 breaths like that. And then we will build, okay? So breathing in, bottom, middle, all the way to the clavicles, and then exhale. So you're breathing in, you're not pushing your stomach out, but you're expanding. Feel the expansion. And then empty the vessel. Again, expand, front, back, and side. And empty the vessel. Try to make your breath silky and smooth. And one more time. Bottom, middle, top part, and empty. So bring your fingertips out to the side, and we're going to do this with breath. So the way I do with this sun breath is I like to inhale up to my shoulders and turn the arms at the shoulders, give it a little stretch. And I like to shower myself with that, and then I turn. So I always do the turn at the shoulders. That's the way I like to do it today, okay? So let your breath do the Durga, and let it just lift your arms, everything light and gentle, okay? So inhale, lift, and exhale. Turn. Breathe in, touch, lift. So feel like you're showering your aura, your magnetic field. You're opening it up with light and brightness. Stretch up and release. Last time, breathe in and stretch and shower. And just feel your arms and your body and your breath. Hopefully you feel a little more expansive. So we're going to do a little chant that's, I love it because it opens the lungs and it lets you get everything out. So it goes like this. We're going to inhale the arms up. And as you come down, you're going to do ah. And then we're going to do ooh. And then we're going to do mmm. And then we're gonna put it together, which is ah, ooh, like okay? So you'll see when we do it, it really feels good. So breathing in. Big breath in. Big breath in. So you're emptying the vessel. Fill the vessel up and belt it out. So we're going to do one loud and one soft. And now we'll whisper. Just bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the vibration of Om in all the cells of your body. On a subatomic level. I like to imagine myself dancing. Okay, so bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor, standing up tall, sitting up tall. Come back and balance on those sitting bones, okay? Shoulder blades back, okay. Holding under, we're gonna just stretch the legs out like we did, okay? So you're gonna stretch out, and then bring the legs in and press like this. So I'm holding on underneath, my arm bones are back, my shoulder blades are opening up my heart space, whoops. So engage your lower abs, feel the support you have in this pose. And then if you like, you can bring your arms out, you can hold and try to straighten your legs. This is boat pose. So we did little half boats before. So stretch those legs, press through the heels. You can have a bend in your knee, let your heart go. Up, beautiful. And then shake the legs out. I'm gonna come off my blanket. If you need to stay, please do. So shake those legs out. We're gonna do a full body isometric. Squeeze, release. Again, squeeze, lunar prune face, and release. And last time, up. Okay, so we're gonna come back with the left leg in front this time. Sitting bones back, fleshy part back, and we'll work the movements of the spine. Okay, so we'll start with the left arm. Inhale the arm up and stretch over. I'm sliding this arm away. Stretch up. From your fingertips, round into your sitting bone. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, stretch a little more. Sliding this hand back. Bring the hand to the knee and turn and give yourself a little twist. Breathe into your twist. And then lift the back arm all the way up. Bring it to the other knee if you can, or wherever you can hold. Bend your elbows, hinging at the hips, come over. And let your head just drop. Scoop in the lower abs and take 3 breaths. Looking forward, come up with eagle arms. You can either hold like this, but if you can have your eagle arms, they're crossed, and then I bring my hands together, okay? So, feel the stretch in your back, but bring your arm bones back. So you have a strength in the front as well. And then just stretch the elbows to the ceiling. Good. Bring the hands back down. Shake your arms out, bring them behind you. Come to fingertips, arm bones back, shoulder blades. Lift your heart, give yourself a little back bend here. I like to feel the stretch in my neck, and open and close your bottom teeth above your top teeth. Feel the stretch in your neck, under your chin. Good. And then come back to neutral. Okay. We're going to bring the legs in like this, and we're just going to switch them again. Fleshy. Good. And we'll do the same thing with the right. So anchor your right arm, slide yourself over, bend your elbow a little. So nice diagonal. Keep the stretch and the reach. Press into your sitting bones on the right side. Breathe in. And exhale. Give yourself a stretch. Those are the intercostal muscles, which are the muscles of respiration. Really, good. Slide your hand back, come into a little twist, shoulders even. Breathe into your twist. Lift the back arm up and over, bend your elbows, hinge. Nice long spine, and we'll do 3 breaths here. So just let yourself surrender and go. Okay? Feel the breath in the back body. Good, and look up, come back, eagle arms the other way, stretch. Good. Come back, shake those arms, bring the fingertips behind you, lift. Good. So we've done laterals, twists, front, back, okay? So shake out those legs, bring your sitting bones back, and we're gonna do what I call the trilogy, which is Dandasana, the staff pose, the incline lift, and a forward bend, okay? So let's shake out first. Pound those legs. Okay. So staff pose, we can really practice our pranayama, our durga, our filling, but we're gonna imagine that that breath is going to our feet in the crown. We're gonna be breathing through the whole body. So bring your hands to your hips, or the sides of your hips. I have long arms, so I have to bend my elbows. Some of you might have to be on something, okay? So the main thing is I want your arm bones back, your heart open, and the palate, the heart, and the pelvis aligned, okay? Feel it like that. So claw your mat, press through your heels, push into your sitting bones, and extend your spine. It's a very powerful pose. So we're going to breathe in through the crown and out through the heels. Keep your length and strength. Breathe in through the heels, bottom of the feet, and out through the crown. So you're bringing through the feet to the sitting bones and up. So we're going like an in and out. So I want you to do 5 breaths. Breathe like the wind. Make it powerful and strong, but with ease. In through the crown, out through the soles of the feet. Be strong. Everything is active. It's a very powerful pose. Good. Good. And then just slide your hands back. And there's 2 options. You can bend your knees, hope I have room, and you'll come into a reverse table. So spread those toes and ground. Okay. And you could do that pose again, or you can come into the inclined plank. So the way I like to do it, I'm gonna come this way. You have to make sure you're open in the top, on the upper part of your body, right? That's set. Then I dig into my heels, my knees are bent, and I come up. So I'm wrapping my glutes. Now, if you come up and you're not happy with where your arms are, come back down and adjust. Some people handcuff themselves. See what happens? Too close to my feet. Some people are too far back and they're overstretching their arm joint. See, it's like Goldilocks. You got to find that spot that's just right for you. So it's like the wrists are under the shoulders. And you could do it with a bent knee. You could try to put one foot out and then the other, okay? But this is a delicious stretch. Good. So now we're going to do a therapeutic forward bend. And I'll come like this. Okay. Bring your thighs and your chest as close together as possible. You can use a tie, or if you can hold on, do that. So you're going to walk your feet out, trying to keep your chest and thighs together. So if you stop here, that's fine. Some of you might be very flexible and be able to go down farther. Wherever you are for you, get yourself a delicious stretch all through the back of the body. So take a deep breath in. You can walk your sitting bones back and come into your forward bend. You can cross your wrists if you like. Bend your elbows. And when you're in your spot, bring your chest along your thighs. Let your crown reach for your feet. And I want you to take 5 breaths. And this is a pose of surrender. So don't fight it. Your hamstrings will always win. Okay. So just relax and notice the more you relax, the better the stretch. You can try to walk your sit bones back and your heels away. Little micro movements, little millimeters. And just relax your jaw and everything. Good. Then look up. Bring your arms all the way up and open. And let's do one more, either reverse table or inclined plank, whichever one suits you today. Okay? So if you want to come like this, stretch. Keep wrapping those glutes. Feel your arm bones energizing towards each other. Inner thighs, inner feet, and inner legs strong. Good. And come back. Another little shake out. And come over into table pose. Spreading your fingers. Clawing the mat. This is where we'll do our cats and dogs. Imagine your synovial fluid in your spine. It's like, waving up and down, okay? So knees under, hips, spread your fingers, feel the pads of your hands, and tailbone hard up, arm bones are back, heart sinks towards the mat, and then cat, round, nose and pubic bone. So on your own, do about 5 nice undulating. Good. And then just shake. Just shake your hips. So be in a neutral spine, right? And then come into a cat while you're shaking your hips and just press back as far as is comfortable for you. You're on the tops of your feet. And just stretch. This is where you might want something under your knees. Okay, and then make your little rounded cat come back. Come to neutral spine and then come into a dog, puppy dog, tail up, heart up. And you can just make your hips go back a little more. Good. And then shake your little tail back up. So walking your hands, so if you need something under your knees, please take it. We're gonna do something that might be a little odd in your body, in your feet. So I want you to curl your toes under, and I want you, like you're playing piano, feel all the toes. See if you can get all the toes down. Okay, as evenly as possible. Most of us have some kind of imbalance in the feet. This is a great opportunity to equal it. And you can either put a block under your knees or your blanket. Just come back and sit if you can, okay? And I want you to feel all the toes. So play piano, press your big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay? People usually are not too happy, but this is a great way to work your feet. Stretch the fascia. Now we're going to come to the tops of the feet. Okay? And people usually have a preference. They either hate one more than the other. But I want you to try to keep your feet as straight as possible, not toes turned in. And I'm going to be putting some weight on my hands as I ease myself back. Okay? And now feel the tops of your feet. Are you feeling it in one place more than the other? See if you can feel all the toes down. Good. You can release and come back and forth. We can do this a couple of times. Okay. You might start feeling better. Might not. And then come forward and stretch again. And as I said, you can always put something here. You can always use your hands to support you as you ease into the sensation. We don't call things pain, we call them sensation. The only pain is we don't want to feel it in our joints. So if something doesn't feel right in your joint, that's different and you show pain. But sensations is different. It's using parts of your body never done before. Okay, so coming back, if you want to keep your knees on a blanket, fine. We're going to do something called a modified camel. So let's start with the curled toe. And as I said, you can always put a blanket or blocks. And I'm sitting back and I'm just bringing my hands back. I'm walking them back, getting my chest open. And then I'm just wrapping my glutes. And so you'll feel the stretch in your thighs. You can look forward. If you have any issues with your neck, just don't let your neck hang. Let your crown reach. Or look forward. Wrap those glutes, get that stretch in the thighs. Good. And come back, and we're going to try the same thing on the tops of the feet. Okay, so walk those hands back. And just come up, wrap those glutes, press that pelvis forward. Good. It's a great prep for camel. Bring your hands forward, curl your toes. They'll be so happy now. And just stretch yourself into a dog and shake out your feet, right? Just press into your downward facing dog. And I want you to go from your toes to your heels, just stretch your feet. You could try to come on the top of one or the other. Good, so press back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Like you're in a sling. Let yourself, like a hammock or a sling, pulse, pulse, and pulse your feet. Pulse, bend that knee. Engage your lower abs to give you that power and strength. Good. And then we're going to Walk our hands and feet towards each other. Bend your knees. Spread out those toes. Hold your elbows. Scoop in your belly and just give yourself a nice little stretchy movement. Putting your hands down. This is a great way when you just let your crown reach. Give your neck a break. Take a deep breath in and a big ha sound. And then bring the hands to the tops of your knees, bottom of your thighs. Look forward and come slowly up to standing. Readjust. Okay, so here we are. Just shake out, give yourself a little loosey-goosey movement. Rub your wrists, take them out. We're only going to use them possibly one other time, but not so intensely. Okay, so spreading your toes, right? Start from the bottom. Feet, legs are parallel, ankles over your second and third, in line with your second and third toe. Let your tailbone drop, right? Feel the tailbone, feel your low back curve. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift your rib cage, open your heart, arm bones back. And lengthen the back of your neck. Feel your palate, upper palate, moving back. Beautiful alignment. Just bring your arms out like this. Stretch. Feel those shoulder blades. And take a few breaths. Good. I'm just going to do a little jiggle. So come onto your toes and jiggle. This is a good lymph move. Could have done this for Halloween for scarecrow pose. Good. Beautiful. Now separate your legs wide, parallel, and bring your hands into yoga mudra. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good. And come over into a flat back. So you can bend your knees a little bit, right? And then just let that crown descend to gravity and stretch your arms overhead. Feel your thigh muscles drawing towards the groin, lower abs. Okay. Stretch. Good. And then come to a flat back. Bring your hands to your lower back in the clasp and come up to standing. Thigh bones back, press your pelvis forward, little back bend. Good. So keeping your feet wide, turn this heel out 45 degrees and this heel out 90. Okay. Tracking your knee over your toes, right? Keep your torso the best you can. So we're going to do our triangle a little different. Take your right arm behind you, so it keeps my chest open. And then I'm just going to hinge over, feel the thigh muscles, and bring this hand down, wherever it is for you. Keep long on your left side, your heart space open. Good. So this is a hinge. Thigh muscles drawing up. Draw your legs towards each other, the back heel coming towards the other leg. Feel how strong you are. And you can bring your hand here and stretch those arms away, wrist to wrist. Stretch out through the crown. Good. And then coming back up, you're going to stretch. Good. Now turn to both legs are parallel. And you can always bring this back leg in. Have your block handy, or two blocks. Sorry that I have to adjust. because I want to give you an option. So you could bring your blocks or books, or if your fingertips touch, to the side, okay? So spread your toes, ground your feet, find your stability here, okay? And then just bow. Bring your right hip back and your your right hip forward, your left hip back. Okay. Now take your block or your hand and go about 8 to 10 inches forward and 2 inches to the side, okay? And then step up. So I'm stepping up like this, 2 straight legs. Press through this heel. Feel very strong. Your legs are scissored. Now scissor your legs energetically towards each other, even though they're away, and push. And breathe. So this is the first stage of a half moon pose. Okay, so you could bring your hand here. I usually do it on the floor. And then just twist. So you can come like this and twist. I'm going to do it on the floor because I think I have more stability than on the mat. So you would come like this, right? You could stay right here, or you try to turn your rib cage. Maybe today's not my day. Ta-da! That was a shorty. Okay, or you can use your block. Oops. I always blame it on talking and thinking. Focus. Okay? And you could just turn, start to turn. And then you can always, it has to emanate from your core. So I'm pushing through everything now. Now I nailed it. You can't be like spaghetti, which I was. You have to be strong, okay? So we're gonna do this on the other side. Separate your legs. I'm always humble. Okay. Just feel. Other options, you could hold on to a chair or a table. Or it's really wonderful to do it by a wall to get the feeling, see? So you can press up against the wall, pressing, and really get that energetic feeling. So this is like our star pose on the side. But it's about accessing our power and energy to expand out while the stability is there and the strength, and then we can expand. Okay. Just feel the 2 sides of the body. Okay. And turn this foot in, your left, and the right foot out. You're gonna bring this hand around the waist so that I keep myself open, right? And then I'm gonna bring this hand here and just hinge like I'm a little teapot. Draw your thigh muscles in, up. Lift your toes to energize your legs. Feel them strong towards each other. Good. And then bring the hand down or here, wherever it suits you to keep your side body long. And then up and stretch away. Ta-da! Breathe. Put your toes down. And then come back. Stretch. Good. And then turn. So your feet are parallel. You can bring this back leg closer. I just moved so that I'm more in the screen. Okay? And you could take your blocks or your fingers and just come down, trying to straighten your leg, extend your spine. And then bringing your hands forward, 2 strong legs. So you could just stay here, really feeling powerful through the hands, through the feet, right? And then you can move your this back hand 8 to 10 inches forward, 2 inches to the side, and find your stability. And if you want, you could try to rotate. Okay? Rotating and rotating, pushing, stretching. Ta-da. So just feel. I suggest even practicing the half moon against the wall is a wonderful, wonderful experience to access that energetic power in all directions. So come down to your mat on your back. Okay. Good. And bring your knees into your chest. Roll yourself down. Just bring your knees into your chest. Relax your jaw. And stretch one leg out. Bring the other one into your chest. Flex both your legs. Okay, walk your shoulders away from your ears. Arm bones are back. And then just do a gentle knee down twist, keeping the chest, the shoulders down. So it doesn't matter how far you go. Look in the opposite direction and breathe into your twist. Good. And then just come over onto that knee, stretch, and come back. Bring the knee in and then stretch it away. And take the other leg in. You can flex your leg, your feet, your ankles. And just bring that leg over. Breathe into your gentle twist. Good. And come back. Just bring both legs in. Just give it a little shake, shake, shake. And come into a full body isometric squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. And let it go. And we're going to do it 2 more times with the sound. And then we're going to take a brief shavasana and we're going to come up and do some breath work and a little seated meditation. Okay, so breathing in, squeeze, and release. And again, big breath in, squeeze, make a good. So anything you need to help you feel comfortable and warm, if you want to cover yourself with a blanket, we'll take a few minute relaxation. And then we'll come back. So let your body settle. Scanning your body for any residual tension or holding. Excuse me. Just let it consciously just release it. Let your body rest. Very slowly, deepen your breath and bring some gentle movement back into your body. And come over into a fetal position on your right side. And gently make your way to a seated position. You can sit in a chair if that's more comfortable for you, or back on your blanket, but just make yourself comfortable. It's the most important thing. So when you're seated, you want to make sure your sitting bones are back and you're sitting right on your sitting bones. And you're bringing the three areas into alignment. So we're going to be on our sitting bones, feel your lower back curve gently without splitting ribs, right? Open up your heart space by bringing your arm bones back. Bring your palate back and lift your head. And imagine 3 globes of light in alignment. Your palate, your heart space, and in your pelvis. So those 3 beautiful globes of light warming you, shining through you. And come back to the 3-part breath that we began with. So fill your vessel with ease and empty. So we're going to do a balancing breath called nadi shodhana. The nadis are subtle energy systems in our body, and that bring our prana, our life force, to all parts of us. It's a very subtle, energetic level. So we're going to do something called Vishnu mudra. So you're going to be working with your ring finger and your thumb, okay? Some people, I'm just going to do it like this today, okay? So take a deep breath through both your nostrils, and then close off your left nostril and breathe through your right. Exhale through your right. Now breathe in through your right. I'm sorry, that's my right. You're right. And close off your right nostril and breathe through your left. So I'm not mirroring you now, I'm doing it the way I'm telling you. Breathe in through the left. Close it off with your ring finger. Breathe through your right. Continue breathing up, one nostril, out the other, in through the other, out through the other. So you're just doing in and out, in and out. And I'd like you to try to make a brief pause at the top of the inhalation and at the bottom of the exhalation. Okay, so you'll be breathing in, close it off and pause, and breathe out. Breathe in, close it off and pause, breathe out. Pause, breathe in, and continue. So the next time you inhale through your left nostril, remove your hands and breathe out through both nostrils. Bring your breath back to the neutral Durga pranayama. And you're going to bring your hands into Jhana Mudra. The thumb is the universal, pointer is our ego, so we're joining the self with the larger universe. And we're going to bring the hands down, that's ground, and face the palms down, okay? And so the mantra is, mantra's tool of the mind, is going to be Ham Sa, and that means I am that. And Ham is going to be on the inhale, so as you inhale, You're going to silently say hum. And as you do your exhale, silently say sa. Hum, sa. And continue that. And we'll do it for 2 minutes. And as you do it, if your mind wanders, just observe it and bring it back to hamsa. Okay, it's a loving practice. Can't beat ourselves up for meditation. Okay, so I'm going to time it because you won't believe how long 2 minutes can be. Okay, so hamsa, soft gaze. Now release the mantra. And just bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your below your belly. You're on your belly, below your lower pelvis. Just tune in to your inner landscape. Notice your breath. Notice how your body feels. And notice the quality of your mind. No judgment, just notice. And then bring your hands into prayer position. Let your thumbs lift up your heart. And we'll seal our practice by chanting the universal sound of Om on the next exhalation. Big breath in. Thank you. Namaste.